troublemaker just walked in here, Mr. Lupe Fiasco. Actually, there's no trouble in this new single.
I'm not in trouble. There's no trouble. What up, who kid?
Especially, you've been on my show a few times, and you've always foreseen the governmental procedures out there. Gotta put some big words in this shit. You know how niggas is dumb out there.
Here we go.
Yeah, but you see, I don't have to say I told you so to the masses out there, Lupe. You've been up here a few times.
Yeah.
If you spoke on we're not bashing Obama either. We're not bashing a black man. We're bashing
all words that don't come from Lupe come from Who Kid. Yeah. Just establish that. Anything that I did not say, Who Kid said. Anything that Who Kid said, I did not say. Let's keep the basic rules of communication.
I don't want to get shot leaving here after your interview, but but you see all the issues with Obama with the website and the health care.
I'm not in it. My name's Bennett. I'm not in it.
You're not being political this year?
No,
good?
No politics. I'm good.
You didn't get an Eazy-E letter. You didn't get one of them like NWA warnings.
Nah. You just had those points that you reach, and you just kind of like,
Yeah, you must have got an NWA letter.
It's kind of done. I rest my case. Yeah. You can't be in court all day just arguing with the judge and trying to convince the jury. Someday you just got to be like, you know what? We'll take this L. Keep it moving. On to the next one. Case dismissed.
That's crazy.
Defense rests.
Well,
on to the next one.
Speaking of on to the next one, this new single, Old School Love.
Yeah.
Is that part of the transformation this year? Like, a lot of your singles are controversial. This year, you're actually in a good spot right now. You're happy. The video's cool.
Yeah, 3 of my singles are controversial.
Yeah.
Out of the 9, 10.
Whatever. There's always some subliminal. See me, I'm a conspiracy theorist.
I know, and that's why I don't want to get too conspiratorial about things. But even with Old School Love, if you
no, there's some subliminal shit. I gotta look at it again now.
Nah, kid, you got to talk about something. Yeah. I come from the hood. I've seen things. I've done things. I've witnessed things. I talk about what I see. I talk about what's real. What was real at the moment when we got Old School Love, which was, we could either be nostalgic and overly sentimental, and we kind of did that in the second verse. We was talking about, cool, Melly Mel and the Fat Boys and, who was rapping like who first and da-da-da-da. But the core of the record for me is really just kind of, addressing some of the issues that's going on in Chicago with the violence. Yeah. So it's me having a conversation with one of the little homies, and telling me that there's no rules out here, and just kind of like coming to grips with that. Is it true in certain capacities? It's true. And if you watch the video, it kind of leads into it. Shout out to Kuda and Chike. Okay. Video dropped last week. It's on MTV and all that. But they start the video off with raising the agenda again about violence in the streets of Chicago. And how people are responding to it and reacting to it. And people react to it in different ways. I'm at the point now is more about just when these kids want to stop, they're gonna stop. When they come to terms with it, when they come to grips with it,
it's really all about a choice. Then it's choices that they have to figure it out on their own.
It ain't got nothing to do with Lupe, nothing to do with CPD. The mayor has a role in it, but at the same time too, it's really up to them to make the decision to say, look, we're gonna put these pistols down. We're gonna try and solve our problems in a more positive, more constructive way. Let's not say positive, a more constructive way, and handle things. And that's kind of like. The song is a piece of that. It comes from that. It's like, how do I talk about Chicago violence? But I'm not trying to preach to you, tell you what to do. Because honestly, on my personal day-to-day, I'm not preaching to you, trying to tell you what to do.
Exactly.
You just do what you do. As long as it don't cross my fence.
Lupe,
you're
a cool. Different Lupe. Is this Lupe Fiasco I'm talking to right now?
What do you mean? People put that on me, man. I always say that people put it on me that everything I say got a twist to it or a turn to it.
You're like the battery guy. Like you put it on my back and I'm just going out there snuffing niggas.
It just is what it is. I get it, but it comes with territory. It's cool.
What's cool is when I watched that video and you're showing us a point in time when you were young. Was it still violent at that time?
Yeah.
Or was it fun? Like everybody just, jumping rope and chilling and.
I think for us, you had the separation when I was growing up. You had the violence, and then you had your fun.
We're talking about Chicago people.
Talking about Chicago. I'm not talking about Baltimore, or Philly, or New York, or whatever. I'm talking about Chicago. You had the violence, and the violence had its place, and then you had fun. I think what we have now and this is now this is outside of Chicago, this is Boston, this is Philly, this is everywhere.
Yeah.
It's people are having fun with violence.
That's kind of ill.
You know, like I think that's the difference. Is like the songs now or the pastimes now is to knock somebody out. Let's go play knockout.
But what's crazy is like, you know, kids do play in that element, but there is a possibility where a kid could catch a bullet. But at the end of the day, they're not even thinking about that.
No. And that's just from my personal experiences.
Yeah.
You know, Chicago was super violent when I was growing up, early 90s, even late 80s. It was kind of crazy. A lot of gang wars. You know, a lot of the chiefs was coming in and out of jail. The drug game was still crazy. So you had violence kind of everywhere. But for me, we were still kind of away from it, if that makes any sense. Now, there was certain neighborhoods that were directly in it, but where I grew up, you know, you had the unknowns over here and the souls over here, the GDs over here. But where we were, it was cool. And the only way you really got into it, you heard the gunshots on the next block. Yeah. You didn't see the gunshots on your block.
But there was rules back then. Now there's no rules. People get shot for anything.
Yeah, we were talking about that.
Yeah.
A lot of the chiefs are locked up. A lot of the dudes who kind of had a mission statement in this whole thing are gone, or the youngins don't respect them no more. I don't know
if you ever brought this up on any of our interviews. Who put you on? There was rumors that a big guy from Chicago is the reason why you came into the game. Who is that? Or you can't say that.
No. It's
he's doing like 30 or so, like mad life.
My business partner, Chili Chill. You know, he's doing a bid right now. We still fighting his case and doing all type of other things, appeals, et cetera, et cetera. You know. But you know, when I came into the game, people think that it's like, oh man, Lupe was like this little nerdy kid, and then he clicked up with these gangsters, and then these gangsters brought him into the game. It's like I've been around gangsters since the day I was born, you know. So it's like everything, every part of my life has had some infusion with all my friends are killers, all my friends are criminals, or they're convicts, or they're this or they're that. But at the same time, too, I always had a other side of friends who was a computer hacker, and another kid who was a nerd, and a kid who liked skateboard, and a kid who liked this. And that's just the way my father pushed us through life. You know, my father was an engineer and a Renaissance man and an artist, but he was friends with Jeff Fort, and he was friends with this guy, and he was friends with this person. So, you know, it always had that mix. And I think if you go through Chicago, you see everybody kind of has that mix. Everybody knows somebody that's in a gang, or their brother's in a gang, and their brother don't want them to be in a gang. But if they get into a fight, the gang is coming to protect the little brother. You know, so it's just one of those situations, you know. But free my man Chili Chill. He's all good. Shout out to everybody down there, Western Illinois Correctional Facility, getting it in. What's up?
So we're gonna get into old school love right now. We're gonna blast it like a million times before you come right back. And you're actually like, you know, walking proof that creativity and art could come from violent shit. Like,
yeah, you know.
I mean, there's no difference from a guy in Iraq or a guy in Africa that's seeing death and rape and murder. You catch cool elements of people like you. You know, can you say that you made it, or
unfortunately,
or is it because of your dad? And it depends on situations. Is it unfair because of?
It's situational, man. It's certain motivations in life. Is what you want to do. Is how you want to what you want your legacy to be. You know, do you want to die at 18? You know, because there's a whole plan where you could die at 18 if you follow it, and you'll be dead at 18. You want to be dead at 25. That's that. If you want to be locked up for 100 years, there's a plan for that too. It's all if you choose to fall into it. If you allow yourself to get sent off. So you know, I'm not squeaky clean. I'm not a saint at the same time. But at the same time, too, I try and make decisions for the best, the most constructive decision at the time. So, you know, we still making decisions, though. So, you know, I'm not out of the thick of it yet. You know, it is what it is. Life.
We're going to decide to get into old school love. You know, I'm still alive. I fuck mad bitches raw. I'm like 40. So that route I took, you know what I'm saying? I'm glad I didn't die for my dick yet. What's your relationship 4 or 5? Let's get into old school love. Lupe Fiasco in your mouth. Lupe Fiasco's up here, fucking one of the top artists out there, 5th studio album, which is dropping, and then of course you have another, you know, you never have no normal fucking like title for your albums. All right, Tetsuo and Youth. Explain this title, please.
We pulled it out of a hat. You know, I had a bunch of names, and I was like, yo, I like the way this sound. I like the way this sound.
And it's short this time because the last one was
easy.
You had like a double name one time, right?
It's Food and Liquor 2. Food and Liquor 2, Great American Rap Album, Part 1. Like, come on, man. But so here we go, Tetsuo on Youth, easy. I was just gonna do Youth, and I was like, nah. I was do Tetsuo, then I'm like, nah. And I was like, I'm just putting together Tetsuo on Youth. It don't mean nothing. So that's the safety part right there, right? It don't mean nothing. It just sounds cool, you know. The label was like, yo, so what the album mean? I was like, yo, don't mean nothing. It's like, what do you mean don't mean nothing? I was like, yo, don't mean nothing. Now let's get past that. Now we've established that. let's get to the next part of this.
We're gonna pass that area, Lupe. 2014. Are we looking like, you know, what we looking like?
It's on label,
all
man.
The fans out there.
It's on label. It's on label. You see the singles out, so there's definitely some movement. We on the
first quarter, second quarter, or you gotta wait till the winter builds up the you know.
I'm at the mercy of Atlantic Records, bro.
Damn, man.
When they pull the trigger, they pull it when timing's right. I let them do their business.
You're not a slave, right? Because you know Kanye got all of us being slaves now. You're not a slave.
I'm not no goddamn slave.
I just want to make sure. I mean, you know, like this machine we're in right now. I walked out the other day. I was like, damn, man, I thought I was free, yo. You know what I'm saying? It's
just that they got their timing and their schedules when they want to put stuff out.
Okay. Are you in your own circle, or are you influenced by the chaos that's out there? People are either thinking 10, 20 years ahead in their music, like Kanye, or they're just being super crazy ignorant. I'm not going to shout out nobody in Chicago because I want to die. So the music that's out there.
You ain't going to die, man.
Yeah, whatever.
You ain't going to die.
Okay.
You ain't going to die.
So how are you influenced now? Is it different? Is it a new album? Different? Now it's like, you know, the lyrics are back because of Kendrick. Kendrick, you've been kicking lyrics forever. You've been kicking shit. You've been teaching us. You've been
lyrics never went nowhere.
Exactly. Obviously, it never went nowhere.
Stop doing that. Lyrics never went nowhere. That's a shot in the face to lyricists who've been out here doing their thing since they started. I.e. Fabulous, whose lyrics never went nowhere.
But maybe lyrics have not gone anywhere, but the hand smack came out there now and woke the ignorance up slightly.
I don't know, man. I think everybody has their perspective on hip hop, and your perspective is greater than mine because you're a DJ, so you definitely heard more music than I've heard.
The worst thing is I got to play what people want to hear, Lupe. Right. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm in a club and they popping bottles, there's you got to play this thing, you got to play Ross or this guy. Like there's choices.
Yes.
If I have to play what I like, this shit would be fucked up. Everybody would leave. I'm telling you, right? Yo, you think you know what I mean, Luke? You know, because you go clubbing and shit like that. You hear the fucking like.
I don't go to clubs.
Oh,
I don't go to clubs. I barely listen to the radio.
Serious?
And I guess that comes back to the influence. I always try to stay in my circle. I peek out a little bit to see what everybody else is doing. So I'm not stepping on anybody's toes. But my 20-year plan is still in place. I just want to make the music that I want to make. I got my formulas where I need to put stuff on the radio and sell some records and stay relevant in the commercial space. But then I also make sure I had a music that is true Lupe music, that esoteric,
classic,
conceptual, complex, over the top kind of pieces for the hardcore fans to make sure that they good. And that's really it. I don't really chase into something. I will do this, and it's a few pieces that are on the new album. Is my approach at ratchetness. Like what's Lupe's approach at ratchetness? So there's some ratchet records, quote unquote, on the album, but from the Lupe's point of view.
That's crazy.
So it might even make it not even cool anymore. It's like Lupe he made it that ain't even cool. I don't want to be ratchet no more. But it's there.
Your diehard core fans will be taken care of with this new album, of course.
Yeah, they'd be good.
But what are you doing to draw in the new idiots that's out there?
The new idiots.
Yeah, that's what I call them.
I think for me, the one thing that I did do on this album, which I was hesitant to do on my last albums, was I opened up my feature box. So I got Rick Ross on the album.
Oh wow!
But I got Rick Ross and Big Crit on the same song.
Oh wow!
It's
kind of kill. That's ill right there.
Yeah.
Where's Sam at? Could we get that?
Sam, he soon come, my brother.
Sam was like, whatever, man.
I got a joint called Chopper. That got my man Billy Blue on there. Got Young Buck from Psychodrama. Now Young Buck from G Unit.
Oh no, I was about to say, yo, you doing it, son.
The OG Young Buck from Psychodrama's on there. My man Trouble is on there.
Okay.
My man Glasses Malone is on there.
That's my nigga right there.
My man Family is on there. My man, who else is on that joint? It's like 6 niggas on there. My man Trey the Truth is on there.
Oh, that's the other nigga right there, yo.
But it's like real dudes that I know in the industry where people those are my personal relationships behind the scenes.
Okay.
And it's like, yo, let's do a record because these people don't think that it's G's in my circle. They think it's like a bunch of nerds and lames running around. So let me just do a little something to show these niggas. Like, nah, I got a few hitters in my crew. But and not even for that. Not even to be on some boastful, you know, kind of what have you. It's just that to show you once again, like I come from both sides. You know, I walk from both sides and I relate to both sides. I relate more to the streets than I do to the other side, to be honest, you know. Simply because I got a closer relationship with these dudes, you know. And for me, they're a little bit more authentic than just kind of the backpack niggas who just rap to rap. But they still in my crew too, you know what I'm saying? So it's like joints with them on the album. It's nice. It's
why
nice.
What happened to the backpack rapper now? Like it's gone now. Everybody's like more into fashion and the hipster shit is so cool now. But the backpack rapper is like,
nah, they still there. I think you got like Pro Era and Joey Badass and this whole crew. Okay. Like for me they keeping that backpack, you know, that grimy high school Timberland, you know, that to me when I look at a crew, I look at people who doing it today who have that kind of essence of the 90s, what I grew up in, what I grew up rapping as and rapping towards. I always go back to Joey, you know, and kids who nice but still got like a certain authenticity about themselves. You know? So, you know, shout out to Pro Air, shout out to Joey Badass, shout out to Flatbush Zombies and all those little guys.
Oh, you new idiots out there. I'm about to do a Lupe set, all his classics, all his hits, and some exclusives that I got illegally. I will be doing this set right here. He won't know because his headphones will be off.
Nice.
And he will not know what I'm doing, but we will get into this set and we'll be right back. The Lupe special. Obama, what's up?
A lot of fun, new songs, all that.
We're getting a lot of Twitter fans in your plastic bubble where you are in your own world. Did Kendrick enter it and influence you with his energy that's out there? That's one, you know, everybody's on Kendrick Lamar's cock. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. It's kind of he's kind of an anomaly. It's an anomaly to me.
It's big words, yo.
Yeah, this is a big
damn
word.
Man.
Because I come from I guess audiences change. You know? And it's weird when I talk to my fans and they be like, man, I've been rocking with you since I was 12.
Yeah.
And you're like, 12? Like, how old are you right now? You know, like 12. That means you missed 1996, 1995, 1994. So when I hit Kendrick, I immediately think of Outkast.
Oh wow.
I think of Aquemini. And that's where I'm at. Like from the beats to the flows to
crazy.
Everything. It reminds me of
thought about it like that, yo.
See? So that's the way I'm looking at it. I'm looking like, yeah, it's dope. It's a dope revival and it's cold and he's spitting. But it's like I did that. You know, like I've been there. Like I seen that. But that's hating though. Like, oh, you hating? It's like, nah, nigga, I'm 30. Nigga. Like I just
get a little nigga some shine.
No, but he dope. He did a big show in Chicago and I came out.
That's hot.
And I gave him the next big thing award. It's like a Lupe Fiasco fan award. And I was like, I'm gonna give awards to my fans. And his award was the next big thing award. But it's a phenomenal accomplishment, man. I think he's gonna sweep the Grammys. You know, the whole TDE is super cool. Shout out to my man Ab Soul. That's my little homie. Shout out to Ab Soul. That's the
Schoolboy
homie.
Q look like the kind of guy that'll be super cool with you, Schoolboy.
I never met him. I only met the only people I met at TDE was Kendrick and I met Ab Soul. Ab Soul. I bumped into J Rock once. But me and Ab Soul got some joints. We got some joints together.
Oh, so, can we get that, Sam Crespo? Motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
But much respect, much push, it's a good that he's leaning on niggas like that. Maybe get niggas to kind of come out, be a little bit more harsh with how they get down. But at the same time, too, pay respect to what, all back to old school love. I grew up in hip hop. I've seen generations come. You've seen cycles repeat themselves. People come out thinking they're doing something so brand new and so just innovative. And then you say, man, well, what about Kool Herc? What about, what about even with, we always going to relate somebody to somebody else,
Did you feel bad when, because Tribe Called Quest announced that they're never performing ever again on stage?
I don't believe that.
You don't think that's
I don't believe that.
Kind of crazy.
I don't think that they should. Look, as U2 commercial comes on, they've been together for 30 years or something like that. I don't believe that, but I understand people have their personal decisions. I didn't grow up on Tribe Called Quest.
Oh,
just to say that again. That's what got me. That's what started the whole downfall with Lupe Fiasco. I was like, yo, I didn't grow up on. But you made Kick Push. How could you not? I was like, certain songs I rock with, but
that's ill.
I was listening to Spice One. I'm sorry. Shout out to Spice. shout to Spice One too. And
That's
MC8.
that nigga right there.
Shout out to the
Ooh, MC8 God.
A-Ball and
the
JG.
battery's on my back right now, man. I'm about to smack fucking Crespo, yo. Give me that record, nigga. Like Gap ads and shit. I saw him in a Gap joint. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
We trying to make money. But I don't know. I hope that the Tribe Called Quest thing, I hope it's just like, let's take a break.
Okay.
And then come back. I want Outkast to come back. I think these dudes are still credible. They still make great music.
That's hot.
I still think Q-Tip is still one of the greatest producers of all time. I don't think he's ever lost that, ever missed a step, or slipped up. I just would love to see all these dudes kind of come back and establish themselves once again, making music. Let's see what happens.
I heard through the Johnny Nunez snitch files that
Johnny Nunez snitch files. Why you calling Johnny Nunez a snitch?
I mean, no, in a cool way. Not not got niggas locked up or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying?
Johnny Nunez, yeah, you got me 10 years.
But he actually was there when I think Kanye invited all the whole crew, like Jay, everybody to his Grammys party, and then the only one he dedicated his look and success to was you.
Who did that?
Kanye West did that. That's what Johnny told me. He took
I don't think that.
Bro, I mean, you can put it out there. You know what I'm saying?
No.
That's your boy right there. You know
Kanye's the homie. But I'm not responsible for that.
Do you understand him, where he's at right now? Because you've known him for years. Do you understand where he's at with it, with all the ranting and futuristic music and all that?
I watched the progressions. I watched him, get treated up at Rockefeller a few times, and understand that I watched him get treated by L.A. Reid one time, where it was like, yo, you should just stick to rapping. I mean, you should just stick to beats.
Oh, wow.
You shouldn't rap. And to tell that to somebody, that definitely sparks some type of fire in them. It would. Somebody you came up there and you feeling yourself and you're aggressive and you doing your thing. And then, you got the heads of the music world telling you that you shouldn't do that. And then you do it, and then you bigger than them. I think Kanye's the biggest artist in the world. I think he's bigger than Drake. I think he's bigger than Wayne. I think he's bigger than Jay. I think his footprint, if he chose to do it, he could be bigger than everybody if he really wanted to. That's just Lupe's personal opinion. Hit me. I'll see you on Twitter later.
Yeah. But I know your next album is gonna be bigger than his, right?
Nah, I ain't got the momentum yet.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm realistic about my situations. No, but I say all that to say about about Ye is here's a guy who went from people telling him that he should stop doing what he loved to do, then he did it, made it, blew up. And then you got these same people now coming to you to stay relevant.
That's crazy.
And begging you to come do joints with them and do this with them.
You got the nice moisture too, man.
You definitely have a little bit of fuck y'all niggas. Why not?
You're not gonna have no Kardashian chick next to you, some kind of you're a personal guy. I never saw you put the moisture out there, the booty and all the Instagram.
I'm good.
Right.
I'm cool. I'm
right. I got a new bitch now.
I know I do. Yeah. I get it.
I got some naked pics to show you. I'll show you her pussy after this shit. But Tetsuya Youth, you take care of the women, you fuck with their heads all the time. You play the mind fucking control with these chicks.
Who plays mind control?
You with your music, yeah. So is there gonna be a mind controlling record for the females that you make them go crazy?
There is a record that we got that we've been doing on tour.
Getting them moist,
and it's called Drizzy's Law.
Okay.
So shout out to Drake.
For real? It's called Drizzy's Law.
It's called Drizzy's Law.
Really?
It started on my Twitter. My Twitter's locked.
Yeah.
It's been locked for 8 months, 6 months, whatever. No followers, no thank you, I'm cool. But on Twitter, we established this piece called Drizzy's Law, where I don't retweet or reply to dudes. Because dudes are haters.
Yeah.
Right? So it kind of steamrolled into its own little movement, its own little world.
That's hot.
And so we did a song, and the song was kind of like just a little joke. We was gonna throw it on Twitter and rock it, but it became like a real serious record. So it's gonna be on the album. We performed it live. If you want to hear it, come out tonight or meet me in B-More tomorrow. Yeah. But it's called Drizzy's Law, and we make all the dudes in the crowd step back. Some of them we make them turn them around. Some dudes get pissed and leave.
Wow, that's crazy.
We bring all the girls to the front. And
you gotta get Drake on that remix. Yo, what's that Crespo at, man?
It just becomes this.
Can you imagine Drake hear this shit and he's like, "What?"
Oh, it's definitely a salute. It's a recognition. Like
that's crazy.
I'll watch Drake send a whole, you know, 20,000 girls into an orgasmic frenzy. So it's like, hey, when you got it, you got it. But yeah.
Oh,
so we got stuff on there for the ladies.
Okay. Nice. R.I.P. Nelson Mandela. We did a special last week, and then you stated that your dad knew Nelson Mandela. That's kind of
my stepfather.
Oh, your stepfather. Okay.
Stepfather.
Yeah.
Mr. Chris, what's up, brother?
Wow.
He's real close with the family. And,
that's crazy.
You know, he wanted me to come down to South Africa numerous of times for the past years, for the past 10 years. He's like, man, come down to South Africa, come to South Africa, come South Africa, come South Africa, da 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 da. And I never, you know, took the opportunity to go. So, you know, unfortunately, I never got a chance to meet Mr. Mandela or his family, anything like that. But again, like you said, rest in peace, beautiful brother. First, the original black president doing his thing.
That's crazy,
you know,
man.
You know, rest in peace.
I just wanted to hear that from, you know, you being the political king, you know.
I'm not the political king, man. I'm not the political king. Like, leave me alone.
I need to get that. Yo, can we check his mail? Cause I know you got the NWA letter, man, from the White House, man.
I ain't get no letter, man.
Come on, man.
Bullshit ain't nothing. They probably send me an invite. They'll be like, man, listen, you know, it's the end of the term is coming to an end.
I mean, you know the conspiracy about the white, you know how they say the government kind of like was the reason why Eazy-E got murdered.
I tell you really on some real realness. And when Barack was still a senator and he was running to be president in Chicago, you know, kind of just starting, he reached out to us, Lupe Fiasco, to come in and just play a part and do something in the campaign. But my partner Chill was fighting his case. They found out about the case and just like that might not be a good look at the moment because it was kind of a crazy case. That's a little Lupe Obama history fact for you right there.
That's
so
crazy.
It ain't always been bad blood, and it's never been like, oh, I hate this dude. Da 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 da. It's never been like that.
I never believed that anyway.
But it's all for me. It's like if we gonna be real.